This is Ubang, and many people believe that God created this town first before any other place.
The people of Ubang were the first people to be created by God.
Why so many people believe that this is the first town that was created by God? Other people believe that this is the last town that God created.
When God created this world, He created every other village in the world. To show the world that He created Ubang last, He kept a lot of things in this town so that the whole world can come and see for themselves.
Ubang people believe that God dropped many signs in their town that shows that they are the first town created by God. Some other people believe that these signs are proof that Ubang was the last place that was created by God.
To show actually that the creation begins with the people of Ubang, there is a footprint on a rock in Agbetang. If you look at that hill, the other way is Agbetang. If you look at that hill there is a rock, a very big rock at that mountain called Agbetang, where there is God's footprints.
Ubang is a small community of 7,000 population located in Obudu local government area of Cross River State, Nigeria. Ubang is considered relatively small, but there are so many significant things of interest in this town that makes them believe that God created this town first. I want to know what is these significant things that makes them believe that God created this town first, so I traveled to Ubang to find out for myself. Arriving Ubang, my first impression is this is a small farming village with no much development going on, but the people I met in this town are very welcoming. My goal for coming to this town today is to learn why the people believe that God created this town first, and to learn that we need to see the things that God kept in this town. So I asked them, what is this thing?
Lement ochi.
Dire bore amra eya ochi.
Wayo ya ulo yo nche.
Waye monse ofenwa ya ngona.
This is a couple. They live in the same house all their life, but they don't speak the same language, and this is because they are from Ubang.
Yen cho yan kinarare shwa.
Berba nyebe kwa kinara ahwashwa.
Ubang is the only place in the world where males speak separate language from the female, but they live in the same house and understand each other. For me, that is very incredible, but for them, it is a normal thing. So I asked the people, how?
I am Chief of Sang Isaiah. Ubang is made up of 3 communities, Fambe and Okiro, that have boundary with Buki. This side we have boundary with the Mbube people, that is the Ogoja people. The story behind the languages in Okruse is a mystery that has to do with God's creation. In the first place, there is a belief that the people of Ubang in general were the first people to be created by God. God decided to give us 2 languages. The females speak differently from the male. I have children, male and female, and they speak differently. And we understand ourselves. As you are, if you decide to come to this village, to marry here, to stay here, if you marry from here, or if you marry from even Igbo or Hausa or Yoruba, stay here with us and give birth to children here. And they want to speak our language. The male child will speak differently from the female child. If you are a female child, you want to speak our language, she will speak the female language.
Ubang people believe that God initially planned to give every community 2 languages, but when he gave 2 to Ubang people as the first people he created, he noticed that the languages cannot go round. So he gave other communities 1 language each. This is very interesting, and now I want to learn more. How do they understand each other if they are going to speak separate languages?
The ability to understand ourselves and to also speak the opposite language is a mystery. As I am, I can speak the female language fluently. The female can also speak the male language. But when they are talking, it is only consciously. Maybe like I want to joke with a child who is a small child, a female child. I can just choose to speak the female language with the child. The male children begins with female language. As they draw closer to adolescence, the male child will begin to switch over to the male language and will abandon the female language. But generally, the people of Ubang have the talents, they have a gift. They have diversified way of hearing. They hear all the languages around us here. we are very fast at learning languages. Very, very fast at learning languages. We understand and speak Alege fluently. We understand and speak Ukbe fluently, Otuguan fluently, Bete fluently, even Boki fluently.
Why so many people believe that Ubang is the first place that God created? Some other people believe the opposite. They believe that God created everywhere else in the world and Ubang was the last place he created. As the last place he created, there was 2 languages left. God gave it to Ubang people. But it doesn't matter which one you believe, the stories are all interesting and they have other evidence to back up this story.
To show actually that the creation begins with the people of Ubang. There is a footprint on a rock in Agbetang. If you look at that hill the other way, there is a rock, a very big rock at that mountain called Agbetang, where there is God's footprints with 5 toes, complete footprints. You see it with 5 toes. We call it Okyoram. Okyoram means God's leg. So that is the mystery behind the people of Ubang.
What happens to a male child that grew up and didn't speak the male language?
All right, we have slight cases. About 2% of our children who speak other the opposite languages. Believe me, they are not always very, very happy with it. They don't take delight talking in public because other folk mock them. For example, if I'm a male child and it's so unfortunate to me that I did not develop the male language, I developed the female language. When I want to speak in the presence of my counterparts, I feel shy. But in the first place, the female language is lighter than the male language. All children from age 1 to about 6 speak female language.
This language culture is very interesting, but it remains a folk language, meaning that it's an unwritten language. But with English taking over everywhere, I asked if there is fear that this language might go extinct.
It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. There could be certain infringements, just like I have cited earlier, but the possibility that the Ubang nation, the language, will disappear. You know, other languages, if you go to the Hausas, the Igbos, the Yorubas, they have the L2, which is taught in secondary schools and tertiary institutions, where an Igbo indigene goes to school to learn Igbo. As a result of that, they perfect in speaking Igbo. But Ubang is a minority place. We are just very small. We are microscopic, very, very small in the world. Remember, I told you we are just 3 communities. Unless we are, by the grace of God, governments decided that this language should be preserved. If Ubang language is introduced as a subject of study in our institutions, then the language might be preserved in that direction.
As you can notice from the video, this is evening. We were here all the way till evening time, and you can't really see people's face, but we have to come to this slide to tell you what happened. I will say that I have enjoyed every moment I spent here. They are the nicest people I've seen, and it's so interesting to see that this is the only place in the world where male children speak different language from the female, even though they came out from the same womb. I've seen many places in the world, but this place is so unique. But nothing much is being done to develop this place. Like you have heard from the people, they need the government to come and intervene in this place. There is a lot of things that you can do here to improve the life of the people from this community, and I wish that the people, the right authorities, are watching this video and they will do something to develop this place. Thank you so much for watching the video, and give it a like if you did enjoy it, and share the video with your friends. And if you want to see more interesting videos like this one, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.